If you're nearing retirement or already in it, you're probably looking at how to diversify your portfolio to hedge against inflation. It's something we all know we should think about, but it can feel overwhelming to figure out where to start. In this video, we're going to dive into some practical strategies to protect your wealth against inflation, especially if you're an American retiree. By the end, you'll have a solid understanding of how to make smart, inflation-proof moves in your portfolio. One of the most effective ways to hedge against inflation is by looking at assets that tend to perform well when inflation is rising. This means shifting focus to things like real estate, stocks, and precious metals. But here's the thing. While real estate and stocks can be great, they still carry risk, especially if you're nearing or in retirement. That's why I want to introduce a more secure and reliable option: gold IRAs. Gold has been a trusted store of value for centuries. Unlike paper currency, which can lose value due to inflation, gold tends to hold its value and often appreciates when inflation rises. Many retirees are now using gold IRAs to diversify their portfolios. If you're serious about protecting your wealth in the next 2 weeks, click the first link in the description for a free gold IRA guide. It's one of the easiest ways to safeguard your retirement savings from the unpredictable nature of inflation. But let's keep going. Another popular option to hedge against inflation is TIPS, or Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. These are government bonds that adjust with inflation, making them a relatively safe option for preserving purchasing power. The problem? They don't always keep pace with the real returns you'd get from more aggressive investments like stocks or real estate, especially in the long run. So while TIPS can be a piece of the puzzle, they aren't the ultimate solution for long-term wealth growth. This brings us back to gold IRAs. Unlike TIPS, gold IRAs give you exposure to a tangible asset that tends to shine when the value of paper currency declines. In fact, over the past decade, gold has often outperformed inflation-adjusted returns on many other assets. You're not just protecting your money from inflation, but you're positioning your portfolio for growth in the long term. That's why more and more retirees are moving a portion of their savings into gold IRAs. It's a more secure option compared to traditional stocks and bonds when looking to hedge against inflation. Now let's talk about diversifying within your gold IRA. You don't have to just go with physical gold, though it's a great choice. You can also look at gold-backed ETFs, which allow you to invest in gold without physically owning it. The flexibility here is key. Depending on your risk tolerance and the amount of capital you have, these ETFs could be the perfect way to bolster your portfolio without the need for managing a physical asset. That said, holding actual gold in an IRA is the most direct way to protect your wealth in this environment. When we're talking about diversification, it's also important to think about the other elements of your portfolio, such as bonds or international assets. But keep in mind, while international diversification is important, it's hard to ignore the fact that the US dollar is the world's reserve currency. With the growing instability in global markets, US assets are often seen as the safer bet, especially in times of inflation. So, if you're looking for a reliable strategy to protect your wealth from inflation and grow your portfolio in a time of economic uncertainty, gold IRAs are a powerful solution. If you're an American retiree with $100K or more in your IRA or 401K, or even if you have 5 pluses in savings, I strongly recommend checking out the free guide linked in the description. This could be the first step in securing your financial future and diversifying your portfolio in the most effective way possible. Remember, inflation won't wait, and neither should you. Don't let your wealth erode with time. Click the link in the description to get your free guide now and learn why thousands of Americans are protecting their savings with gold IRAs.